You're listening to Gin and Chat with Lo and Nat. So pour yourself a chilled martini and sit down for a chat.
Welcome back to Gin and Chat with Lo and Nat. We're here again on the couch, and it's fall.
Happy fall, everyone. My favorite time of year because it's my birthday.
Duh. Scorpio. But we're not there yet.
And I won't shut up about it.
I know. But we're not there yet. We're not quite in the Scorpio season.
Oh, yeah.
We're
I think
just
it's
in fall.
Libra season first.
It is.
Forgot about the Libras. Sorry, guys.
Go, boyfriend, go.
Yeah. Go, Mr. Hinge.
And today we're drinking something very fall themed.
Yes.
Because Trader Joe's has done their big one. And
per usual,
they have literally everything you could possibly imagine pumpkin spice, including
pumpkin spice espresso martinis.
We were at Trader Joe's and I saw it on the shelf and said, we have to have it.
Also, how cute is this miniature shaker?
It's the most cunning thing I've ever seen. And now you're dripping.
I am.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, I probably didn't clean it super well. I feel like I didn't get the best froth that I wanted, but it's okay. It'll do for now because, you know, you got to have the froth on the espresso martini.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Honestly, that is so good.
I don't hate it. It's better than I thought it would be.
I think it's so good.
I was a little nervous it was going to be like pumpkin.
Wait, I kind of like it better than a regular espresso martini.
Wow, that's a bold
I
statement.
know, but it's a truth statement. And I speak the truth of this podcast.
Only the truth, nothing but the truth. Go Trader Joe's.
Also, I want to point out that
You must.
we're using Karma coasters. I, being the forgetful queen that I am, forgot that I got Natalie's like last year.
While I was like on the tour.
She was on the tour. I went to London with some other friends, and I remember seeing them at one of the like pop-ups in the street.
Yeah.
Whatever those things are called. And I was like, oh my God, I have to get Natalie these coasters for like her apartment.
Yeah.
And then I just found them in my closet. And I was like, oh, great. We should use it for dinner chat because I forgot to give them to you.
You totally could have just saved it till December and been like, happy 1 year since the Eras tour ended.
I saw them in the moment. I said, I'm going to seize the moment because you know what I would do? Forget.
That's it. Yeah. That's
I
all
would
right.
forget.
And that's all right. I still love them now. So
And
you're
you're welcome.
colors.
Happy almost 1 year of the Eras tour. Happy actually today, the day that we're recording this, because, you know, we batch episodes over here because our lives are crazy. The day that we're recording this is the day that Taylor announced that there's going to be a new documentary coming out about life of a showgirl.
There's going to be like a music
of
video released in theaters.
That's going to be so fun to go watch. I'm so excited.
I can't freaking wait.
Yay.
I told my parents, I was like, you guys might want to go get tickets to that.
Yeah.
You might want to see that.
I'll be there. October 3rd through the 5th.
I'll be there.
And maybe I'll even drink a pumpkin spice espresso martini beforehand. You never know.
As you should.
So,
Today.
okay, today we want to talk a little bit about our 20s. And I know this is a common theme, especially in our podcast, because we're 27 years old.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
we're really feeling the shift lately, and we spend most of our time talking about this shift from 21 to 27, what has changed, how our outlook on life, our morals, our values, the things that we put as successful, how that has changed over time.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do a little Q&A that's kind of getting into it.
I love and Lauren actually, what kind of started this, I feel like, because you sent me, I think you sent it to me, right? The Mel Robbins podcast.
Yeah, I think I did, but it's funny because I didn't
did.
listen to it. I just sent it to you.
Yeah, she sent it to me, but she didn't listen to it. But we just started listening to it together and I had already listened to it. But
Yeah.
she sent me this episode where Mel sits down with the author of the book, The Defining Decade.
Which I've read, which
Yeah.
is probably why I sent it to you.
And you've probably heard about it. It's a very popular book. But she sits down with the author of that, Dr. J, which is so funny because that was my old chiropractor's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, super random. But anyway, she sits down and they talk about The Defining Decade, that book, what your 20s is like. And I think we've been having these conversations nearly every day at this point. So we
Also,
thought, why
this
not
is
do an
like
episode?
such a side note, but your eyebrows look really good right now. I was just
you.
staring at them while you were talking.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm going to tell my eyebrow gal. And I have no makeup on them.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wake up like
Get
this.
them, what, microbladed?
Yeah. She did a combo brow this time, which is a combination between like a microblading and powder brows, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little different than the one I did last time. And instead of just doing like the tattooed hair strokes, which like
I've
is
gotten that
pretty
done
painful.
before. And it didn't even last.
No, because for me, I think because I sweat a lot and everything, it bleeds out, and then you can't really see the hair strokes anyway.
Yep.
So what she did was she did the hair strokes like in the front, but then towards the end, she just really like filled it in. So now it just looks like I'm wearing makeup, but I'm not.
It looks so good.
Thank you. I'll send you guys my brow. Yeah, we'll put her in the description box.
Honestly, you should. I want to go to her when I'm in Scottsdale.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about our 20s, guys. Cheers.
First question for Natalie.
I'm nervous.
When did you feel the biggest shift from your early 20s self to who you are now?
Well, obviously when my frontal lobe developed.
Yeah, 25 really hits, right?
Yeah, it does.
hit.
I think, it's interesting to me because I started the Eras Tour when I was 25. So I think that was around the time that I was already feeling this like kind of shift in my life, but I was also going through this big like monumental career change and a lot of things. And then I was surrounding myself with a lot of older energies. So I really just think the last 2 years of my life in general, from 25 to 27, have been so pivotal and in a way that I didn't quite realize until now. I think like after I turned 27, I started really reflecting, and when I had obviously more time and not being on tour anymore, I look back at the last 2 years and I realize, wow, I've completely changed as a person, not just because I was surrounded by older energy, but also because I matured with or without that job experience.
Yeah.
And I saw the world, which really does.
Yeah, it does.
It changes you. I can't recommend it enough to people. I was always somebody that was curious about traveling, but I never I was always too scared to just grab a backpack and say, I'm going to Europe.
Sure, yeah.
You know, I wanted to be somebody that was paid to travel, or my job would take me there. And it really does change your life. Just seeing how big, but also how small the world is, and how you can just hop on a plane and go to the other side of the world and meet all these new people and cultures and everything. I think it really opens your eyes to a world of possibilities that you didn't know existed.
Yeah, you get like a whole nother level of education.
Yeah.
That you didn't realize was just from living daily life in different places, because you realize that we actually are all the same.
Yes.
But it's the choices that you make that make you different, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's almost comforting to know, oh, I can really handle anything. You know, and anything can be learned. And that's also what you gain from traveling is if I really wanted to be Belly from the summer I turned pretty and learn French and move to Paris, I could.
Yeah.
It's completely in your control. And I think that's what's a little bit daunting about your 20s is you realize there's so much possibility, and it's almost hard because there's too many choices,
right,
that you don't really know how to narrow that down and just be like, no, this is what I want.
Yeah, because it's up to you to make it happen. So there's uncertainty in where you are going in your career, maybe. There's uncertainty in your finances. There's uncertainty in the relationships. And then like in the podcast that we listened to, it had said that you don't know if you're going to get there. That's a really scary part about your 20s where you're like, I'm not sure if I'm even going to reach that point that I want to reach in any of those topics or any of those places in my life. So,
because also uncertainty equals fear. And that's what she was saying too, is uncertainty is danger to us in our brains. And so we're trying to just make decisions and choose a path, but it's so scary because there's so many different options. And you were saying to me yesterday, I wish someone could just write it out for me on a piece of paper and just sit down with me and say, Lauren, do this next, do this. But that's just not how life works.
No. No, it's not.
Well, that was a very long-winded answer.
No,
but what about you?
I also want to like piggyback off that real quick because I literally think travel can change your life. That was something that my parents made sure that they implemented in raising me and my brother. Is we always went to different places, even if it was in the U.S. But as we got older and could travel a little bit better, we started going to Europe a lot. And I think that when you see a different way that people live, it reminds you that, oh yeah, my problems aren't as big as I think in my small town, or the high school drama that I'm experiencing isn't as big as I think, because there's all these different avenues that my life can take me, and I don't have to stay stuck in a small mind or a small bubble or feel like my problem is taking over my life, because it expands your horizon on so many things.
I love that.
When we went and did like a road trip in the like countryside of England. It was like one of my favorite trips we did as a family. And we went to Stonehenge, which was magical.
So cool.
And I saw this family just sitting in front of Stonehenge, 2 little kids, and they were drawing Stonehenge like all together. They had like a coloring book, and I was like, that's how I want to raise my kids. And I think that kind of goes into freaking out about the 20s, because then you start to think like, what am I going to implement in myself right now that's going to allow me to implement these values in my children one day? Because you're in your childbearing years. Even if, I mean, I'm not ready to have a child right now. Like, I know that. I know that. But like this biologically, this is
the prime
to have one. Yeah. And so I know that I'm not far off from that stage of life. So I'm just trying to mentally set myself up where I'll be myself, will be ready for it, and I'll be able to attract the right partner that I want, the right home that I want to have, or like home that I want to make with my partner in order to bring my kids along, to give them these values that I've been picking up all of these years. And when I put it in that like term, it feels exciting, but sometimes it feels like a lot of pressure. Daunting. Because there's so much that isn't figured out yet. And I think especially with this day and age, social media, our economy, like all of these different factors, a performance career, like it can feel really confusing and scary. So if you're feeling that too, like you're absolutely not alone in it.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club.
I do think,
not the fun club.
Not the one we love.
Not the club we like going to.
I think it really is the defining decade, because also, people may look at your 20s as, well, this is the time in your life you have the least responsibility. So you should just be on cloud nine.
True, but I want responsibility.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's the point, is as you get older in your 20s, and I think as soon as you hit that 25 mark, typically for people, this is when you really start to understand like, oh, it's about time that I get my life together, because I need to prepare for the future of having a family, having a career.
Sorry, prepare.
I need to prepare. I need to be well equipped for the future that I so choose.
Honey, we got to get our hair done. We got to go outside. We got to get ourselves a husband, apparently.
Got to wife me up, baby.
I can make a mean pie.
I can make some marry me chicken. Have you guys seen that on the internet? I feel like it's everywhere on TikTok.
I've seen it
talking about this
or like marry
me
me pasta. People just want to get married.
People just want to get married.
They're like, I made this marry me pumpkin spice espresso martini.
There you go, babe.
But on the other end of all of that, like I know those years are coming, but I also am not willing to settle in who I choose to spend those years with.
No.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm not willing to settle on who I choose to spend the rest of my life with. Because I feel rushed in my 20s.
No.
So I think it's finding that balance. But I think that all goes back to make sure you're ready. Make sure you're at a spot where you're attracting what you want in order to get there.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like personally I'm at right now.
Yeah. And we've been talking a lot about what that means, and everybody may look different, but it's to attract the type of partner that you specifically are looking for. How do you need to position yourself? How are you preparing yourself for that chapter of your life?
Yeah.
I would not be ready to be a mom tomorrow. So if I want to get there in the next however many years, how am I preparing myself to get there? And I think that's what's scary about your 20s.
Yes, but I also feel like this isn't a conversation that a lot of people have, because we kind of have been conditioned to be like, well, I don't need to think that way. That's an old way of thinking. And to that, I argue, like, if it's the way that you want to think it. It's okay. I know this might be controversial, but I don't think traditional values are bad or boring or outdated. I think they were onto something. I think my soul craves monogamy and a home base and a good family system. And if that's what you want to start cultivating in your 20s, even as a single woman who is going after her career, then don't be afraid to do so, just because society might tell you that that's quote unquote bad.
Yeah. And you can still be a strong, confident, independent woman and still want a family and a, grounded future like that. You can have both, and you can talk about it.
Yeah,
So we're just welcoming the conversation.
Being a stay-at-home mom makes you weak.
No.
I don't know where that narrative started to come into play, but I think that the freedom is that you can choose what you want. So make sure that you're just you're being intentional about it, even in your 20s.
Yeah. So if you feel the same way as us, just know that we're having this conversation and we welcome you to join us.
We welcome you to the chat. Okay, I have to
Bring
go
it
back
on.
to our questions.
Gotta pull up those questions.
Here, y'all pull up one
Questions.
question. You can ask me. I don't know what
Wonderful. I'm running out of hands
I'll put that on your leg.
because I needed to hold the espresso martini for this. All right, question number 2. Ooh, what's something you've unlearned in your late 20s that has changed your life?
That's how I feel from that question. Personally, I've unlearned so much in my late 20s.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I unlearned a lot from my high school years. Honestly, I'd say the main overarching theme of that is negative self-talk.
Dude,
What?
I was literally going to say self-doubt. We're right there. We're locked in. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was going to say self-doubt.
I just felt like doing the ET.
I'm dead.
Yeah, negative self-talk
Yeah.
and perfectionism. That kind of there's
Yeah.
one of the same.
Yeah. Cut
that
from the same
phrase?
cloth.
Sure.
Sure.
Cut from the same cloth. Perfectionism and yeah,
Keep that rapid fire. I like it.
let's go.
You need to unlock your phone. You need to
Unlock your phone. All right.
Martini's hitting.
Oh, I'm gonna make this about myself.
Okay.
How has our friendship shaped the person you've become?
I'm dead. Well, let me just get really deep for a second.
Am I gonna cry?
Or laugh, probably. Probably both. I think looking back on my childhood, I don't know if any of you feel the same, but I always lacked a best friend. And I think I had a lot of friends and that was great. And that always ebbed and flowed, but I never really had like that one person that I always felt like I could turn to, you know? And I think the coolest part about our friendship that has really healed me in the last few years, especially, is it's consistent and ever changing and growing. And I feel like our friendship has never stayed stagnant, which is a beautiful thing and also very rare. I think there's a lot of friends where you grow up, you see each other however often or whatever, and you kind of feel this start to happen. One person will grow this way, the other person will grow this way. You start to make choices and changes in your life. But I think the coolest part about our friendship in particular is that we grow at the same time. And no matter what choices or changes we make in our life, our friendship is the one thing that never changes. And it stays there. And, you know, I mean, I consider you more family than I do a friend at this point. Your mom. Her mom, when was that? What, a couple weeks ago, last time I was here, she said.
She started crying.
And she's like, well, you're family at this point. I was like, don't get me started, Grace.
My mom started crying.
Don't get me started, Grace. But
No,
it's true.
I
That's
agree.
a rare friendship to find. And it gives you comfort and peace knowing no matter where I'm headed in my life, I am confident that you will always be there. So I feel like I can take on anything, you know?
That just made my day. I love you.
I love you.
That was so sweet. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been really healing. And just so natural.
Yeah. And there's no, you know, it's also rare that you can find a friend where you can be completely yourself or very real with.
Yeah.
And I've never had someone where the tough conversations and the difficult conversations are just as welcomed as the positive ones.
Yeah.
You know, I've never
I
been
think
able to
we
just be like,
challenge each other.
yeah.
We're always like looking out for our best selves because we see that in each other. So when we see a slip up, like we have no problem having a conversation, which is needed.
Yeah.
That's a true friend.
It is.
My grandma used to say that if you have one true friend, you're very lucky.
Bye. See ya.
Okay,
But I will say, you know, a lot of you have made comments about our friendship before and have said, I envy this friendship, or this friendship is beautiful. I love this friendship. And, you know, I think be encouraged to know that this is a friendship that, yes, we've known each other for 10 years, but we were not this close 10 years ago. It
no.
looked completely different 10 years ago.
I would
than it
argue
does
that some of our friends from college are probably like, what?
100%. You're probably like, those two, really? How did that happen? So you just never know, you know? Stay open, stay consistent, and focus on who's changing and growing with you.
And what's beautiful about your 20s is that it really is the era for your friendships, you know, because
Yeah.
you're going to have a lot more family time in the next few decades. And this is the time where you can really lean on the people around you and make sure those relationships are strong before you get into the family stuff. Because one thing that I really don't want to lose when I decide to get married and start having kids is like I need my rock of a friendship. Like I need the people around me that I can kind of get away from the home one day or welcome them in to help me. And like you need friendships just as much as you need like a husband or a wife, you know?
Absolutely. I completely agree. And I think I tend to be someone in a relationship that goes tunnel vision.
But you're doing so good right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really trying.
Yeah, you are.
But it's also so freeing for the, like, I think it's the first time I've genuinely actively tried to be like, no, I don't need to spend every second with this person because I trust that the relationship isn't changing. It's not going anywhere. It's consistent and healthy. So I know
You trust yourself. Too.
yeah. And it's safe for me to invest in my friendships still. And that makes me me. That makes me happy. And I want to continue doing that because without that, it would just be codependency. And
right.
nobody wants that.
Right. I had a like past fling once be like, hot take, like I love codependency. I was like, at the time I was like, me too.
Now you're like, toxic red flag.
Yeah. Like, okay, bye.
Run away.
Okay,
next question.
To ask me a question.
I'm excited. Okay. Ooh. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Go to therapy. Next. I'm just kidding.
Easy.
Actually, I would say go back to church and go to therapy.
Ooh.
And it's going to be okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I can. Yeah. I think when you're young and such a personal question, obviously, and I went through a lot in my younger years. I always say I feel like I've lived like 10 lives up until this point, and I'm really happy that I've kind of had to like go through all of that stuff and get to like the core of it in like 12 to 27 instead of like 27 to 40. I'm really happy that I'm not taking it with me into like my next chapter in life. So I know that my younger self went through a lot, was feeling a lot. I've always felt a lot, even since I was like a baby. Like I've always been that really big, like empathetic type of child.
She's a water sign.
I'm a water sign. Yeah, exactly. I've always felt a lot. And then when I started experiencing a lot, it just like kind of continued on. So I think the main thing that has helped me is like finding my relationship with God again. It's been going to therapy. And those two things have allowed me to expand my life in so many different beautiful ways and find the people that really help me and my soul. Yeah. And I wish I would have done that sooner, but also I wasn't really ready then. So I'm okay with the journey.
And that's a very important point to make. If you're not ready, you're not ready, and you can't force it. It's meant to come into your life in the way that it is, and everything happens for a reason. Exactly. I believe that.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing for me. I wish I would have found God sooner or just put my trust in faith sooner. And then on top of that, I would say embrace change and know that it's the best thing for you. Because I used to be so toxically afraid of change. It would freak me out. I was so scared. But I would always, every time in my life that I've pushed myself to do something new or, you know, something scary, it's paid off. And it's helped me tremendously. And so I would just give myself some comfort, give my younger self comfort and say, every time that there's big change in your life, don't be afraid. It's going to make sense eventually and something good will come from it.
Or if you are feeling that fear, know how to utilize it and don't let it be debilitating.
Ooh. That's good. That's really good. Okay, next.
Next question.
Next.
Give me a question.
A question.
Okay. Ooh, what do you hope 30-year-old you thanks you for doing now?
Ooh. Taking care of my health.
I
think
Function Health by Natalie's.
Go to Function Health. No, but seriously, I think I kind of talked about this on a recent post that I did. I'm partnering with Function Health, which is a company where you can get your lab work done and they'll analyze your results of over 100 biomarkers in your body. It's fascinating to learn about. It's been so cool for me to see, oh, I have high cholesterol. Had no idea. But it's learning these things in your 20s when there's still time to change.
Right.
And I think for me, I kind of touched on this in that video, but my mom was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease when I was a teenager, and it completely changed her life, my family's life. It was very scary for many years. We didn't know what was wrong. Western medicine doctors just wanted to put her on prednisone for the rest of her life.
My mom was on.
You understand. It's terrifying. And she just, wanted answers and was so confused why she was in so much pain. And through that process, she learned a lot of it had to do with her diet and her connection to food and choices that she made in her younger life that she didn't fix soon enough and now, caused everlasting damage on her body. And so that's one of the things she always instilled in me was, well, what a blessing that you're learning about this now and you're doing something about it now. And I think, I still have my unhealthy moments. I still love Chick-fil-A. I still drink every so often. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think
it's just a balance.
Yeah. And it's an awareness too. It's, getting the tests done, understanding your body, knowing how it affects you, doing trial and error. And I think at 27, I can confidently say this is the healthiest I've ever been and the most aware I've been on my body. And I think when I'm in my 30s, I will be very grateful for that.
Yeah, I love that. I would say same because with getting diagnosed with PCOS and I just smacked the mic. We've talked about this, like obviously off the podcast, but my mom also has an autoimmune. And so seeing the changes that like you have control over is really empowering. With PCOS, a lot of it is what you have control over. I don't know if anyone on here has PCOS or follows any like influencers who talk about it, but Gracie Norton is one of my favorite influencers who talks about it. Her. And she really took her health into her own hands. And that's what I've been trying to do specifically for the last year. Obviously PCOS affects your reproductive system. So great that I know about this now. And when I first got diagnosed with it, my doctor told me, such a blessing that you're getting diagnosed at 27 and you're not coming to me at 35, having no idea that you ever had this and wanting to get pregnant because that would be really hard.
Yeah.
And it's like that, I think that was the moment that kind of woke me up last year to be like, oh, I actually have to start thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Because as we know, I've never been quite the planner. I'm a go with the flow kind of girl.
Absolutely.
But I was like, oh my gosh. If I don't change this, that actually could affect like my life and my future.
Yes. Yeah. And that wakes you up.
Yes.
But, you don't necessarily have to wait for something to wake you up. I would just encourage you, if you are in your 20s, you're curious about something, you want to know more about your health, take control. There's so many
resources now, which is great.
So many. I still want to get like a full food sensitivity panel done.
I did that.
Yeah. I want to do that.
It was cool.
So cool.
They basically told me not to eat peanut butter, but
oh my God, that's what Function told me.
Okay, but what I heard is that if you've ever been on acne medication, sometimes it shows that in your food sensitivity thing. And I've been on acne medication.
I'm currently on spironolactone.
So, yeah, I was on Accutane in high school and spironolactone.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you did do Accutane.
Crazy. Because I had PCOS and no one told me. Okay,
shall we do one more?
Should we go to like the more funny ones?
Yeah, give me a funny one. Give me rapid fire.
No, it's your turn.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Sure, whatever.
Sing it.
If you could relive one night out from your early 20s, which one would it be?
Oh, that's so hard.
I know.
I feel like there's been so many.
One night. First one that comes to mind, at least.
One more time.
Dun, dun, dun. It's time to celebrate.
Honestly, that's so hard. I don't even know because I've had so many great nights. I just love being with friends and dancing. Like there's nothing better than that. Or like live
give me
music.
one.
Specifically what's coming to mind is Vegas trip senior year of college. First one.
I was going to say, not the one where I called you a bitch.
First one. Before that one. So fun. I'm trying to think. Anytime we've been to Coachella together.
Yeah, truly.
Like I can specifically vividly remember Ariana Grande brought Justin Bieber out. It was insane. I'm cuddling Lauren. The confetti's falling down.
Yeah.
Pure joy, pure bliss. Pure bliss.
I like stole that confetti and put it in my purse and be like, I'm gonna save this forever. I have no idea where it went.
That's all right.
It was the memories are there forever.
The memories are there. The video exists. Yeah, that's hard. It's hard when you're put on the spot to think of all the great moments we've had.
One from my early 20s.
Yeah, hit me. See, it's hard.
Okay, I just think Coachella comes to mind because that's when we really party.
Yeah,
Totally. And just like going out with friends, hee hee ha ha.
and it's like 3 days in a row, and you're like,
Right.
I'm exhausted, but I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
So fun.
Okay, that was a good one.
Love.
Rapid fire. Hot girl walk or cozy. I don't like that one. Ready? No.
Restart.
Rapid fire. Here we go. Dream trip right now.
Ooh, I want to go to Greece really bad.
Okay.
Or Mallorca, Spain.
Love. One song you can't stop playing in the car.
Come be the man I need. Olivia Dean.
A green flag and a friend.
Support.
Love. Go to coffee order.
Iced vanilla latte with almond milk, or just a latte with almond milk.
The most you emoji.
Honestly, the white heart. I like the white.
using the white heart all
love
the time
the white
now.
heart.
Are on the same way.
Or a laughy face. I love throwing in a LOL.
Okay.
What about you? You gotta
Okay,
answer
well,
that.
I would say dream trip right now. Japan.
Good one.
One song I can't stop playing in the car is what is it? Forrest Frank. Your Way's Better. It's a worship song.
Oh,
Love it. And then green flag and a friend is support is the first thing that came to my mind, probably because you said it. Go to coffee order, iced Americano. The most me emoji.
She wants to copy me.
I do. But I've been using the white heart all the time.
Yes.
I don't really like emojis.
I feel like you're the black cat.
I'm not really an emoji girl.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
And she's a plain texter. And I'm like a beep boop, heart, heart, dog, laughy face. And that's the difference.
That's the black cat, golden retriever energy.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this chat about the 20s.
Just know that if you're confused, it's okay. I would also recommend reading The Defining Decade.
Yes, absolutely. Great
There's
resource.
a lot of conversations in there that we don't talk about a lot.
We can also link that podcast episode that we're talking about, the Mel Robbins one. Very
Where
insightful.
she had the author on. Yes. But thanks for listening, you guys. We'll see you next week. And I hope you have a great Libra season. But really, we're just waiting for Scorpio season. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you had a great chat. Lo and Nat can't wait to have you back.